you guys seem to enjoy that Q&A video that I did the other day, the extra long one, so I don't think this one will be as long as that, but hopefully you'll still enjoy it. So I'm going to jump back into those questions, and if you are still trying to get involved in this, follow me on Twitter so you can tweet these when I request them. But I got so many last time that I didn't even need to tweet out. I'm just going to go through that same list and pick out some different ones I didn't get to. Or by pick out, I mean kind of just go from the opposite direction and scroll downward, because that's how I roll. So let's get into the video. And remember to rate and blah, 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 bullshit. Okay. First question comes from Cummins Lover 007, who asks, who is your favorite rapist? Damn, dude. Man, hard-hitting investigative journalism right here. Who is my favorite rapist? I mean, this is almost like asking me what's my favorite brand of hot sauce. You know, there's just so many great ones out there. I don't know how to pick just one. Like, if I don't know how you could possibly, you know, singularly pick one great rapist out of the hundreds that have existed throughout the years. There's some good ones. I mean, I know I'm not the only kid who would head down to Zany Brainy or to some children's store when they were younger with their parents and pick up a pack of rapist trading cards and see if you can get a holofoil one, play the rapist trading game, battle with your friends at home. I remember one time getting super excited when I pulled a holofoil John Wayne Gacy, but then my brother pulled a freaking first edition Sandusky out of his pack and then raped me quite literally. No, in the game. But anyway, like, what the hell? Like, what kind of question is this, man? Like, how is that the kind of answer you expected? Like, how do you really have a favorite rapist? You know, this is one of those questions that given a million years to sit down and fabricate questions, just at one point just picking random words out of the English language, making questions, I would never get to this one. Who is your favorite rapist? So I guess kudos to you. A question I've never been asked. Stan's dad, if you could change one thing about the world we live in, what would it be and why? One thing about the world. I guess I would outlaw Tyler Perry movies, you know. Those are pretty terrible. Saw one on an airplane once, which, first of all, an airplane, really? Do you really think that enough people on that airplane are going to enjoy a Tyler Perry movie that you're going to play it? That's like playing a Rob Schneider movie. Nobody's going to like it. There might be 3 or 4 people there who do, but they're not going to, like, why would, come on, man. It's really lame. So that's what I would change. That Skyrim guy, if you were to have either a zebra or a giraffe as a pet, which one would you have? I would have neither. I don't want them. I don't want either of them. I am not allowed pets at my apartment, and I am positive that I could not hide a giraffe in here. Or a zebra, for that matter. I don't want a huge equine beast running around, causing a ruckus, breaking all my shit, stamping holes in my glass coffee table, ruining everything. Like, that's an inconvenience, you know what I mean? Like, if you and I were in a movie, sir, and you showed up to me and it was like the first scene of the movie and we were getting filmed and you were like, I stole these animals from the zoo, we gotta hide them out at your place and we're gonna have a bunch of kinky adventures and woo, I would look at you and I would spit in your face and say, no sir, I will not be involved in these shenanigans. Then I'd close the door and probably take a nap, you know? I'm not into those kind of animals. It's not for me. I love the haters. When life gives you lemons, you really make lemonade, man. Like, if you Google is your friend. It's not difficult. You shouldn't have wasted your question on that. You could have made a way better, you know, saying for me to have to finish, but no, I knew that one. I'm on point. I'm Bino, it seems, wants to know, am I too late for the Q&A? No, you are not, and if you were, that question wouldn't be answered anyway. If not, here's my question. If so, here's your question too. Whether or not the Q&A is passed, your question is still following it, you know, so it's going to be there either way, so that's kind of strange. If life is fair, why do roses have thorns? Life isn't fair, and roses have thorns because those are actually the rose's penises. So if you see a male rose, it has thorns, because only male roses have thorns. That's for penetration and reproduction of the species. And so clearly you need thorns on roses, or they're going to go away, you know? And so life, if anything, that shows how life is fair, you know? So that's the circle of life. Don't look that up. That was science, I promise. I have Wikipedia open. I love golfing. How are you such a badass? Oh, I'm not. Thank you, though. Energy X Alpha. I'm probably late, but what lie have you beloved for the longest time? Beloved for the longest time. I don't know what that is supposed to mean. Like, what lie do I love? Like, I don't know what kind of lie do I really, really love? What is this? Like, what? What? I don't even know what you're trying to, like, is beloved not the word you meant to use or something? Like, there's gotta be, maybe this is cryptic. Maybe I was supposed to really just get a whiteboard and a marker and really figure this shit out. But beloved for the longest time. I guess the lie I loved for the longest time is when the final season of that '70s show came out, and they replaced Eric with that other douchebag, and I lied to myself for a while, and I was like, this is going to be okay, it'll get funny again, but it never got funny again, and so letting go of that lie was difficult, but I did it, you know? And maybe what you meant is, like, what is a lie that I have told and have held on to for a long time? Well, let me think of a good one. Because I just have so many lies. I'm just a bundle of lies. Like I live like 3 different lives. Like I'm a Hispanic female house servant down the road. I do a lot of things in my spare time. Jesus, I guess when I was little, I was at my friend's house, and I haven't seen this friend in forever. But he had this badass G.I. Joe collection, right? And so we were battling in the basement with his G.I. Joe collection, and these were not like trifling G.I. Joes. These were the ones that are worth a shit ton of money, and he went upstairs, and there was one that was sitting in a box, and I was like, probably 8, so I understood that I wasn't supposed to open it, but I did, and so I went over there, I opened it, started playing with it, and then as I heard him coming back down, I stuffed it back in there, and then put it back on the shelf, but obviously it had been opened at that point, so it wasn't like 100% perfect, and then I kept playing with him, and then like a week later, when I came over again, he was like complaining how someone opened his dad's like childhood toy that he kept since like the 60s or something, and I was like, oh man, I don't know who did that, man, and who did it most certainly didn't make him fly around like Superman and then kick that other doll in the face that's also very valuable. He certainly didn't do that, and so never told him about that, but that's fine, because didn't really see him much after that. Don't even remember his name. I think it was Eric. All right. What's your favorite color? Blue. What's your view on gay marriage? All in favor. Can I ask you a question? No, that's already 3. And all 3 of those were from Mr. Armani Persia. So you don't get any more for the next 3 episodes, sir. Eligible Project X. What is the number one thing you hate? The number one thing I hate? I guess the number one thing would have to be if I saw someone wearing a Justin Bieber t-shirt with Beats headphones on, with one of those balancing bracelets and Crocs, and their fingernails are black, but not with like nail polish, with like Sharpie, and they have those ear gauge things in, and their hair is like super, super long and straight down in their face, and it's like right in the middle of their eyes, so you can't tell if they're looking at you when you're trying to talk to them, and they spend their entire days looking down at their phone, texting while mumbling at you, and they also wear those kind of pants that kind of get cut off right below the knee, but they're not loose like shorts, they're like capris, but for men, and that's the kind of person that I would hate most in the world. That's what I would hate most, okay? Yeah. And he has like a Romney 2012 tattoo on his forehead or some shit like that. All right. Opinion on Barack Obama winning the 2012 election, JV 2020. He most likely is going to win because Romney is not even a competitor. I mean, he's shitty. Not even his own constituency likes him. Nobody likes Romney. He's just kind of the least of all the evils as perceived by the Republican Party. So I think Barack's going to win. Not necessarily in favor of that, but I'm kind of, I call it like I see it. Pretty sure he's going to win. Real VMJ. Snickers, Mars, or Twix? Twix, absolutely. I don't even have to give that a second thought. Twix for sure. Jimmy J, what is the best gift you've ever received from anyone? That would have to be the gift of eternal life from my bro Jesus Christ. No, I'm messing with you. Probably a really big dinosaur thing when I was a little kid. I got this huge dinosaur T-Rex figure that was like taller than I was, and it opened its mouth and walked and blew smoke and everything, and it was so cool, but I was so little I didn't like understand that it was a toy, and so I like freaked out and cried and I had to return it. But in retrospect, it was a really badass toy. I should have just stopped being such a little baby and gotten to play with it, That, God, would have been an awesome time how obsessed I was with dinosaurs and that giant dinosaur toy. Missed opportunities. Oh, gotta grab them while you can, man. Play-ons. What happens when otters take over the world and blow out everyone's sphincters? When otters take over the world and blow out everyone's sphincters. I have no idea. I have no idea what you're trying to say to me right now, man. Blow out everyone's sphincters? Do you mean to say like sphincter? And what does blowing out a sphincter mean? Actually, don't even tell me. I'm definitely not Googling that with Safe Search off right now. Okay. Majo Man, how it felt once you realize you had a lot of people listening to you. It feels good. Feels good, man. Especially when I do a video like this and I listen back to it and I'm like, God damn, people are listening to you talk about this kind of shit. And then I think about it more and I'm like, they're listening to me the same way I listen to YouTubers. When I watch a YouTube video, I'm usually not like intently sitting there meticulously analyzing and musing over every one of the words they say. I'm just kind of sitting there and as a background form of entertainment, like playing video games or browsing the internet or something. And so I guess what I have to realize is that's exactly what people do with me too. I'm just that background voice that talks when nobody's around, So yeah. All right. That's about it. Gonna end this. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a rating. If you didn't, unsubscribe and leave. Break your computer and go jump into traffic. Love you.